What happens when success transcends the golf course? When victory isn't just measured in trophies, but in altitude? They swing clubs worth millions, wear tailor-made luxury gear, and compete on the most exclusive golf courses on the planet. But when the final putt drops, the real game takes off, at 40,000 feet. This is the story of how professional golf's elite travel, not in first class or chartered flights, but in multi-million-dollar private aircraft that represent the ultimate symbol of having conquered the sport completely. While most golfers pack their bags and head to commercial terminals, a select few own the runway. They make first-class cabins look like budget seats. And the hierarchy in the sky might surprise you even more than the leaderboard, because the golfer you think owns the most expensive jet probably doesn't. In fact, the real king of the skies in professional golf might shock you. Before we get started, if you're a real golf lover, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and let us know in the comments who your favorite golfer is. Your support keeps us motivated to bring you even more amazing golf content. Professional golf demands something fundamentally different from most other sports. Relentless global travel without the structure of home stadiums, fixed seasons, or predictable schedules. Tournaments span continents from Augusta to Dubai to Tokyo, often within the same month. Players chase optimal weather conditions, maximum prize money, and global ranking points across multiple time zones and hemispheres simultaneously. Commercial aviation, even in premium cabins with lie-flat seats and dedicated service, simply cannot accommodate this lifestyle at the elite level. Time between tournaments is measured in hours rather than days. Physical recovery matters enormously. Mental preparation requires controlled environments. Family time becomes precious and scarce. The ability to control your schedule, your environment, and your arrival time becomes not just a luxury but a genuine competitive advantage. Private jets solve all these problems while simultaneously serving as the ultimate status symbol in a sport already defined by exclusivity and privilege. But not all private aviation is created equal. The range extends from efficient business jets designed for speed and economy to flying palaces with amenities that rival luxury hotels and exceed what most first-class cabins could ever offer. Let's start with the efficient performers and work our way up to the truly extraordinary. Jordan Spieth represents golf's modern generation. Wildly successful, remarkably grounded, but undeniably elite in every measurable way. His choice of aircraft reflects this carefully balanced approach to life at Golf Summit. A Cessna Citation X, valued around $20 million, known for being among the fastest business jets ever manufactured by any company. Capable of speeds approaching Mach 0.92, nearly the speed of sound, it allows him to finish tournaments on the East Coast and return home to Texas for dinner the same evening. That capability matters when you're trying to maintain normal family relationships while competing at the highest level of professional golf. The Citation X embodies efficiency without excess, serious performance without unnecessary ostentation, or features that exist purely for show. Spieth reportedly uses it primarily to balance his demanding tournament schedule with family commitments in Dallas, exemplifying how private aviation enables work-life balance that would be impossible through commercial travel, even in premium cabins. Sergio Garcia's Hawker 4000 may not immediately grab attention at executive airports where flashier aircraft dominate the tarmac, but its interior reveals exactly why it deserves recognition among golf's elite jets. This aircraft combines European design sensibilities with substantial luxury. Polished wood surfaces throughout, customized lighting systems that adjust for time of day, and cabin acoustics so refined that normal conversation happens effortlessly despite traveling at high altitude and significant speed. Estimated cost approaches $25 million. The Hawker 4000 prioritizes comfort over pure speed, with capacity for up to 9 passengers and interior design that rivals premium hotel suites in major capitals. Garcia has long maintained schedules spanning both PGA and European tours, requiring transatlantic capability and comfort for extended flights that can exceed 8 hours. Beyond tournament travel, Garcia has used his aircraft for family trips and business ventures, making it a true ships and built a global course design empire that spans 6 continents, Your travel requirements extend far beyond tournament schedules and competition logistics. Jack Nicklaus's Gulfstream 3, worth approximately $30 million, represents not just luxury but legacy. A connection to golf history that few modern players can match. He's used this aircraft for decades, not merely for competitive golf during his playing years, but for the extensive international business operations that built his post-playing career into something arguably more significant than his tournament victories. The Golden Bear's design firm has created courses on every inhabited continent, requiring constant international travel that would be impossible without private aviation. The Gulfstream 3 isn't the newest model available in today's market, far from it. But it's a classic known for reliability, impressive range, and timeless design that has aged remarkably well. Nicklaus customized it specifically for long-haul flights to Asia and South America, where many of his most significant design projects are located and where commercial service can be unreliable or inconvenient. It represents old-school prestige, a statement that experience and longevity matter more than chasing the latest trends or newest technology. When you're Jack Nicklaus, you don't need to prove anything to anyone. The jet is simply the tool that enables the work. Ernie Els, known affectionately as the Big Easy for his smooth swing and relaxed demeanor both on and off the course, owns a Gulfstream 4 that matches his persona perfectly. Estimated at $35 million, this long-range aircraft combines space, comfort, and capability in ways that have defined the Gulfstream brand for generations of business aviation. With nearly 5,000 miles of range, Els can fly non-stop from his home base in Florida directly to his native South Africa without refueling. A journey that would require at least one connection and nearly 24 hours of total travel time commercially. That capability matters when you're trying to maintain connections to your homeland while building a career based primarily in the United States. Beyond tournament travel, Els reportedly uses the aircraft extensively for his wine business operations, as he owns and operates Els Wines with vineyards in South Africa and distribution across multiple continents. The image of him sampling his own vintage at cruising altitude captures perfectly the intersection of athletic success and business empire building that defines modern professional golf's upper echelon. The Gulfstream 4 represents that sweet spot where serious capability meets genuine luxury without crossing into excess or ostentation that might seem inappropriate for someone of Els's measured, calm public persona. Phil Mickelson has never done anything quietly in his entire career, and his Gulfstream Vibe, estimated around $40 million, reflects his larger-than-life personality perfectly. Sleek, high performance, and featuring one of the quietest cabins available in business aviation, it represents substantial investment in both lifestyle and competitive advantage. Mickelson publicly justified the enormous expense by framing it as a time investment rather than luxury spending. The ability to compete anywhere in the world and still return home for dinner with his family represents invaluable time that no amount of money could otherwise purchase. For someone who has always emphasized family values alongside competitive success, this reasoning carries genuine weight. However, the aircraft also became part of financial controversies involving tax strategies and gambling-related issues that generated significant media attention during a difficult period in Mickelson's career. He eventually sold a partial stake in the plane to reduce his financial exposure, though reports suggest he continues using private aviation extensively, especially after joining LIV Golf, where travel arrangements often include premium accommodations as part of appearance packages. The Gulfstream Vi remains one of the most famous private jets in all of professional sports, not just golf, representing both Mickelson's peak success and the complexities that come with managing enormous wealth while maintaining public image. Tiger Woods' Gulfstream G550 defines elite travel at its absolute pinnacle. Valued at $55 million with 7,000-mile range and capacity for up to 19 passengers, it's essentially a flying residence capable of connecting virtually any 2 points on Earth without refueling stops. Tiger reportedly customized the interior extensively to match his minimalist aesthetic preferences. Dark tones, sophisticated lighting systems, and private suites for extended journeys that allow him to arrive rested and prepared regardless of time zone changes. He's been photographed arriving via private jet at major championships, casual vacations in the Bahamas, and various business commitments that extend far beyond competitive golf. Even during extended injury periods when he wasn't competing actively, his G550 was regularly spotted at tournament venues, a quiet reminder that his brand transcends active competition and that his presence matters regardless of whether he's playing. Tiger rarely flies commercially under any circumstances, maintaining privacy and control that his unprecedented celebrity status requires. The G550 represents not just wealth, but the infrastructure necessary to maintain his position as golf's most recognizable figure and arguably the most famous athlete in the world across any sport. It's the logistical foundation that enables everything else he does. Rory McIlroy's Gulfstream G650 represents cutting-edge private aviation technology at its finest. With a price exceeding $65 million, this is among the fastest and most advanced business jets available anywhere in the world. It can travel over 7,500 miles non-stop, with revolutionary cabin pressurization systems that minimize altitude-related fatigue by maintaining cabin pressure equivalent to just 3,000 feet even when cruising at 45,000 feet. McIlroy, one of golf's highest earners with endorsements and prize money combining to generate tens of millions annually, has spoken openly about how private aviation represents necessity rather than indulgence given his global schedule that spans 5 continents regularly. The G650 enables him to balance tournaments everywhere from Scotland to Australia, with family time in Florida and business commitments that extend across multiple time zones. Interior features reportedly include a master suite with full bed, sophisticated entertainment systems throughout multiple cabin zones, and premium amenities that make transcontinental travel nearly as comfortable as being home. For a player who has become the face of the PGA Tour's modern era and one of golf's most articulate spokespeople, the G650 represents both practical necessity and powerful statement about his position in golf's hierarchy. It's the kind of aircraft that announces you've not only reached the summit, but plan to stay there indefinitely. At the absolute summit sits Dustin Johnson with his Bombardier Global 7500, worth approximately $75 million. This isn't merely a private jet. It's the pinnacle of business aviation technology, representing the absolute limit of what's currently possible in private air travel. With the longest range of any business aircraft currently in production, it can fly from Miami to Dubai without refueling, nearly 8,000 miles in a single leg. It features 4 distinct living zones, including a full kitchen with genuine cooking capability, conference suite for business meetings, entertainment lounge, and a permanent bedroom with full-size bed and ensuite facilities. Industry insiders suggest Johnson acquired this aircraft shortly after joining Live Golf, where his contract reportedly exceeded $125 million, more than enough to justify this extraordinary purchase. The irony is notable and somewhat delicious. While Tiger and Rory represent golf's traditional establishment elite, Liv's biggest star now literally commands the sky's most impressive and technologically advanced aircraft. For someone as understated and quiet as Johnson, who rarely gives interviews and maintains famously calm demeanor under any circumstances, owning the world's most advanced business jet represents the ultimate power move. No announcements, no marketing campaigns, no social media posts, just the quiet reality of arriving anywhere on Earth in unmatched comfort and style. Before any modern golfer owned private jets or even dreamed of such luxury, Arnold Palmer was already flying his own. And not just as a privileged passenger, but as a licensed pilot logging serious flight hours. Palmer accumulated over 20,000 flight hours during his lifetime and personally owned several aircraft, including a Cessna Citation X valued at around $22 million that he helped test and promote. He wasn't merely traveling in luxury for convenience. He was pioneering an entirely new way for professional athletes to operate globally. Decades before golf became truly international sport, Palmer's aviation capability allowed him to design courses worldwide, play tournaments across multiple continents, and build his brand in ways that simply weren't possible for athletes confined to commercial schedules. He essentially created golf's private jet culture single-handedly, proving that true legends don't just dominate scoreboards, they fundamentally reshape how their entire sport operates and what's possible for athletes in their field. What casual fans often miss entirely is that purchasing a jet represents merely the beginning of the financial commitment. annual maintenance can easily exceed $2 million depending on flight hours. Fuel costs accumulate hundreds of thousands annually, even with modest usage. Insurance represents another substantial expense that increases with aircraft value. Hangar fees, crew salaries, and ongoing systems upgrades add additional layers of cost. This explains why many golfers, particularly younger players still building their careers and fortunes, choose fractional ownership programs or charter memberships instead of outright purchase, sharing costs while maintaining reliable access when needed without the full burden of ownership. Even Tiger's operating expenses reportedly exceed $1 million annually just to keep his G550 operational. This seems entirely reasonable given his net worth approaches $1 billion, but for most professional golfers earning even substantial prize money, these costs represent serious financial commitment that requires careful consideration. With growing environmental scrutiny of private aviation and increasing pressure on wealthy individuals to reduce carbon footprints, the future of private jet travel in professional sports may face mounting pressure from both public opinion and potential regulatory changes. Still, the lifestyle remains irresistible for those who can afford it, a combination of convenience, control, privacy, and prestige that defines golf's absolute upper echelon. From Jordan Spieth's efficient Citation X to Dustin Johnson's $75 million Global 7500, these aircraft represent far more than mere transportation between tournaments. They're statements about achievement, symbols of having reached the absolute peak of professional golf success, and practical tools that enable careers at the highest level. But the real question extends beyond who owns which aircraft or whose jet costs more. It's about what these flying machines represent in the broader context, the transformation of golf from traditional sport into genuinely global business, where competitive success enables lifestyle and infrastructure that was unimaginable just a few decades ago. Where the gap between elite players and everyone else is measured not just in tournament victories and career earnings, but in the literal altitude at which they travel between competitions. In modern professional golf, it's not just about who wins championships or claims the most majors. It's about who owns the skies while traveling to compete for them, who controls their schedule and destiny completely, and who has built success so substantial that the runway itself becomes their domain.